claim that mediums take the initiative and make the effort to contact the dead. In contrast, channelers are merely responding to the initiative of higher spiritual beings. Perhaps there is a difference, but the distinction is subtle, and we are still left to wonder, from where is the information coming, and how reliable is it? Some people point to Edgar Cayce as proof that channeled information can be depended upon. But was Edgar Cayce a channel in the modern sense of the word? His own psychic readings said no. In virtually all of these readings, it was Cayce's own higher self that was the basis of the information, not some other spiritual being. There were rare instances in which a non-physical being spoke through Cayce spontaneously in a reading and offered to become the permanent source of the readings. These overtures were rejected because the conscious man Edgar Cayce believed strongly that his own higher self should be the origin of the material. In those readings which he gave for more than 40 years, he was asked dozens of times about channeling information from outside sources. Many different people posed questions about subjects such as automatic writing and contact with spirit guides. Cayce's answers were consistent. He never doubted the possibility that such communications could be authentic. Sometimes the information could be very useful and was worth applying if it had strong possibilities of bearing good fruits. But his readings usually offered a warning, which essentially said this: it's easy to go astray and be misled when a mediumistic approach is used. Not everything that comes from non-physical realms is necessarily tuned in to the highest spiritual truth. And why even bother with such a method when a better one is possible? To go within yourself to the source of all knowledge. Channel your own higher self instead of channeling other beings. Surely your own higher self is every bit as insightful and wise as souls living in other spheres. For example, one man asked Edgar Cayce in his reading for advice about the information he was channeling through automatic writing. The man would periodically sit with a piece of paper on the table and a pen in hand. He would then get himself into a relaxed, receptive state until he began to feel an outside power take over control of his arm and hand. Messages would be written on the paper as he channeled information from a non-physical being. Cayce's reading offered these words, quote, "For this body, we would not give automatic writing as the channel. Rather the intuitional or the meditation than the writing, knowing what is being written if it's chosen to be inscribed in ink." Unquote. What did Cayce mean by this? He was suggesting an alternative technique which would allow the man to channel his own higher self. It involved tuning his conscious mind to the wiser mind of his higher self, and then, in this intuitive or inspired way, consciously deciding what to write on the paper. What could come through the man in this fashion was potentially every bit as truthful and as helpful